Alright guys, here with another deck profile, and this one's going to be a little different because I am missing one card for the extra deck, and that's the only thing missing, and I've been testing this extensively lately, giving a lot of time and effort thinking about what's the best ratios and stuff with the Speedroid deck, and a lot of people, I've seen a lot of videos online, I really don't like any of the lists I've seen so far online, and this is the pure Speedroid version, not the Brilliant Fusion version, which is pretty cool, but this version seems a lot better to me, and it's more consistent. We'll go ahead and get into it. We got 3 of the Stratos. This is literally what you want to have in your hand when you start off. Is just literally the best card. It does everything. It literally gives you all your options. So obviously you need 3. Okay, the Speedroid engine themselves are very limited to what they can do. So you don't need 3 Takatum board. He's the Gigabyte that tributes himself off summon a tuner from the deck. He's very good, but you only need 1 in your hand at a time, and you can recycle him with the speed recoveries. So he's not really necessary more than 2, in my opinion. I have tested 3. It's really not necessary at all. 2 double yo-yo. I've even considered bumping it down to 2, but you really do need to see this card. And sometimes resolving multiples is very important, and he's level 4, so it's kind of helpful for your making rank 4s. And Secret for 9. Your tuners. We got 2 red-eye dice. This thing is your level manipulator that helps you make synchros from levels. You can make them level 2 to 7, but really you're just making clearing turn 1 and your Chambara and stuff like that. He's pretty useful, but you do not want to see multiples in your hand ever. And your 1 tri dice that you can recycle back to your graveyard with a mega. He's the Necroguard now. He's a 3-star tuner. And 1 Speedroid Mako to wrap up with Speedroid monsters. I do believe this is the best ratio. This card is really good. You can act like you don't have much. You can go Speedroid, Terratop, and pass turn. And when you have this card in your hand already, and then you go off and bust their field with the Lightning Chidori. That's it for Speedroids again. We got 1 Mathematician. You really want to dump your... you just really want to see Terratop into the graveyard and some of your other cards like your Tri dice. Which your Necro right now, which is pretty good. Or you can dump your clowns. This is a very small clown engine. Well, kind of small. It's good. It's about the normal size, but playing 3 hat trigger and 3 damage trigger. This seems awkward, but this is only when you really want to see. He helps you make your Trishula and Mistworm and stuff like that, and he basically is there better for Synchro than Trick Clown because you don't have the normal summoner. For the hand traps, you got 2 Maxi and 2 Veiler. These are very important. I'm going to be paying a lot of life points with the version I'm playing right now, and you want to dig for your cards like Damage Juggler and Minko. And Damage Juggler is really good right now because Waver Nice and stuff like that. That's it for the monsters. 3 Speed Recovery. This is your Monster Reborn for Speedroids. You can also bring back your Synchros and also Monster Incarnations by banishing the turn after it goes to the graveyard. It's really good, and you want to be able to bring back your monsters so you can actually continue to combo off. 2 Instant Fusion for Nodum. This is literally extra push. 1 Soul Charge because 4th Speed Recovery is not bad to bring back your Terratop. It's really what it's for. It's also good for breaking boards. For consistency we need 3 Upstart. And I found that this was not enough for consistency. 37 cards is not like a small enough deck for this deck. So when you play 3 Chicken Game, it seems excessive, but it's very important. And we also play 2 Terraforming. This just seems a little crazy, and then people are going to be like, oh, this is bad. But you test this out, and you'll realize how consistent this engine is. The digging, and sometimes the damage, like they'll get greedy and draw cards and leave this on the board, and you can draw a card again for free next turn, so it can become a +1. Of course, your opponent's going to have to pay a life once, so it actually does help for your OTKs for them to clear off the board, because they don't want you to get cards either, and they also want to try to kill you, which Minko saves you. 2 MC, it combos off with the Elder Entity, and can basically steal a monster, but this also, you do not want Floodgates, and you're also playing a lot of cards to draw, so this will also, you don't need to play 3, because you're just going to clog more than 2. 1 Foolish to dump Terratop again, and 1 for 1 for your dice. And you also play Veiler. That's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, some cards are very important here. Like, most decks don't play this card, Levier, but I found it very necessary that it's not that great to tribute off your attack on board, I'd rather just overlay and make this and bring back damage juggler, which is very it's very interesting how you can do that. You can also bring back your triad dice and stuff like that, and sometimes your opponent has banished things that help you as well, because you Trishula things out of their hand. Grave. Lightning Chidori, your monsters are wind. It's really good. Castell, generic, is wind. These are all wind monsters in Douglas Emerald. This is a wind monster that helps recycle your engine. This card seems like it's not as important, so I may take it out. But for now, it's really good, because the engine is pretty small. One Haster, he's pretty good. 4-star, and he can help you make a rank 4 to make Chidori. Chambara, this card seems good at 2, but you can bring it back. So it's really, and you don't really want to make this card unless you're going for game, really. Sure, you can actually recycle your cards, but they really don't want to make it go to the graveyard, so they're just going to Castell or one-on-one. Kendama, this card's okay. There's damage that go flying everywhere, but this also has piercing, which is really relevant against the Trick Clown defense mode. Black Rose, and this is a proxy right here for my this is supposed to be Clear Wing, but this also can work for Chicken Game, so I might find a way to put it in my extra deck. One Stardust, it's wind. It's also very important to make stuff like this before you go off. Omega, because this recycles your banished cards, and it's also ridiculous. You can also put your speed recovery back in the graveyard. This is Scarlight, blows the board. It's too good. And Trishula, this is like your win con, and you can make Mistworm and Trishula sometimes in the same turn, and you can clear the board and summon back your Chambara for game. Things like that happen all the time because the deck can just derp. And then Noted. That's it for the deck. If you're interested in knowing any of my thoughts on why I'm playing certain cards, if I didn't cover it good enough for you, please contact me or comment down below what you're thinking. Thanks for watching, and peace.